there's an opportunity to serve. So it doesn't have to be something you go out there and do, but by doing that, you start developing a reputation, you start developing connections, and so...
So what are some of the things that you feel like a good politician in Utah or good representative in House should have as a good candidate?
I really feel like, regardless of vocation, the biggest thing is just finding somebody who will listen to you and be willing to advocate for your position. That's a huge thing, because you could have somebody who has doctorate degrees and be very qualified, but if they're not willing to listen to you,
right,
and they're not willing to like take an interest in what you're concerned about, to me, like that's not that important.
There was one guest on my show over here recently, Doug Jessup from ABC4, and he was interviewing someone, and his guest told him, it's very important is that when you listen with the intent of understanding and not with intent to replying. And I feel like that's what makes good listeners, that as they listen to you, they don't queue up the next question that they are like, all right, here's what I'm going to ask. And everything that comes out from your partner in this conversation just kind of goes out, right? That's a key skill to have.
So a big part of it is when you start getting involved in your community. Like if you want to serve, find people or find ways in your community to serve. There's usually churches, and it doesn't have to be part of your own church. I mean, I've been reaching out and talking with Pastor Corey Hodges at the Point Church. Great guy. He has a great organization, and he's very focused on the community and providing service. And so they do a food drive on Saturdays. And so I would just go out there with my family and help give out food. There's also opportunities like if we would look on Facebook and we would see people that would put on their Facebook community pages, say, hey, can somebody help me with my yard? Can somebody help me with X, Y, or Z, right? There's an opportunity to serve. So it doesn't have to be something you go out there and do, but by doing that, you start developing a reputation, you start developing connections. And so when something like this comes up and there's an opening, you can then reach out to people and they know who you are.
Right. Thanks for listening to The Adrian Sinclair Show. You can find previous episodes on the Apodcast multi-channel network at apodcast.com. You can also stream this podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, Podbean, and other audio platforms. And if you subscribe to our weekly newsletter, you'll get convenient short summaries of podcasts you may have missed. So check it out. And lastly, please support us by sharing our episodes on social media. We really appreciate it. Thanks.